everyone, it's Kat here. How are you all today? Today I've got a little bit of an idea for some craft storage ideas. I've been going through my die cuts and I'm sure we've all got this problem. When we order them, they come in these little cellophane bags, which aren't the greatest, and sometimes if you're lucky, they might come in something else. For example, like these Sizzix framelit dies that I got, they're a bit sturdier plastic, but they're just really messy. And I've been looking at a few solutions on how to fix them and sort them out, but nothing's really gelled with me. I know you can use DVD cases or CD cases, and I recently went through and decluttered all of mine, but it just didn't work for my situation. But recently I ordered some dies from Everyday Journaling, and they came in this really lovely little pocket. I've had it for a while and it has come apart, but I think it's just got such a tiny little skip of glue. That's all it needs. It just needs gluing down again. But when I looked at it, I thought, what an ideal size and what an ideal way to store my dies. So I did a little bit of playing around. So first of all, what I did was I got a full scap manila file, but one of the plastic ones, and I thought, well, if I made a template, then I could trace it and use that. So the result was I came up with this. So from here, I traced it out, and then obviously I cut it and I folded it in and I glued it, and then I added this little Velcro tab that I've had in my stash. And then on the other side, what I did, so just to show you what's inside, I've got these dies here, but so I know actually what's in there, I cut them out, and this is a stack. So I thought that looked quite effective, and all I did was I got some acetate and I stitched around the edges. So I was pretty happy with that. So then I thought, well, I need different sizes. So then I went ahead and I made this one, and again, the same idea, but this time what I did was I used a magnet as a closure, and I've got in here where you can see I've got these tags, and so again I put some acetate on the outside and stitched around it. The idea being that if I've got it stacked, every time I pull it out, I'm not going to be rubbing the die cut, and I can actually see quickly what I've got there. So then I thought to myself, I'd like to reuse this again and again, and I ended up making a bit of a template, and I drew it in Word, and it's worked really well. I printed it out as a PDF, and what I've been doing is getting my scrappy bits of paper that I don't really use, and I've been using them up to make these little pockets, and I thought, I think this is such a good idea. I'd like to share it. Somebody else could take advantage of it as well as a solution to storing their die cuts. So I've got a few bits and pieces here, but the other thing I did as well, I was playing around and I've got some acetate. It's actually not acetate. What it is, it's actually transparency film, and I've got 50 sheets. I was lucky enough to pick it up in an op shop for literally like $2 or $3. So I was kind of thinking of a few different ideas, and I printed it out, and it printed out quite well on the acetate, and I cut it out thinking I would use it as a template. And then I thought, well, if I actually just turned it into a little pocket and ran the stitching down the side, and I added my little Velcros, that actually made another little pocket as well. And I didn't even need to worry about cutting out my die cut. I can just put it in there. So that's a possible solution as well. So I thought I would demonstrate, and I would make a medium size pocket, and I would make a smaller size pocket. So I'll put this one aside and we'll do the medium size first. So what I did was step one was I got some scrapbooking paper that haven't used for ages, so it's just kicking around, and I cut it into an A4 size. So metric, A4 is 210 millimeters by 297 millimeters, and if you're on Imperial, it is 8.27 inches by 11.69 inches. So basically an A4 sheet of paper. So you get your template and you run it through the printer, and then you will get this imprint on the sheet of paper. Now, you may ask the question, well, how am I going to do that? Well, that's because if you look in the description link down below, I've actually given you access to a free download, so you can get this template for the medium size template, and then you can also get the one for the small size template. And if I do get around to making other sizes, I will update that description link. So if in the future someone's watching this, maybe check down again in the description link down below and see if I have updated it. So what I've done for the purposes of this tutorial is I've pre-cut out one of the templates. So I've got my printed out template on the sheet of paper, and obviously I've just cut around with the scissors. Now, these folded little score marks here, or these little score marks here, are the fold lines. So you just simply just fold in the little side flaps. Now, you could use a bone folder if you like, or if you've got some nails, like me, you can just use your fingernail to score that down. And then you just fold that up like so. Now, if you wanted to, you could get a scoreboard, but I'm trying to make it as simple as possible so that people don't feel that they need to have all of these tools, and then if they don't have them, they can't do them. So as you can see, I have just simply folded that in and I have made my envelope. Now, your alternatives here are, if you want to utilize the nesting option that I gave, then I would probably do that step now. Now, I've just noticed that I started off with the black, and that's not going to show up very clearly. So what you could do is think about that ahead of time and not make the same mistake. Or just get another sheet of paper here and cut it down. Now, that'll fit there quite nicely. So I'm just going to get some glue. So I'm just going to use some art glitter glue. Now, I'm not going to worry about distressing it because it's just a die storage envelope. Okay, so I'm just going to put that one down, and then I'm just going to, well, the other alternative I could have done was turned it around the other way, but never mind, done now. So I'll put the first one down. Now, I've pre-cut my acetate. Now, I think, well, I keep saying acetate, but it's actually not acetate, it's the transparent, yes. And then I'm just going to stitch around that. So I'll be back in a minute. Okay, so I've stitched around that. So I'll just trim off my bits of thread there. Okay, so now what I'll do is I will fold in Now again, I'm using the art glitter glue, which I find quite a good, strong, sturdy glue. The other glue you could use is Fabri-Tac glue, because that is quite a fast drying glue. So I'm just gonna pop that down there and just hold that down for a little bit until the glue holds. And there you have it. You can't get much easier than that. So the only other thing you can do, I'm just a little bit wonky there, so I'm just going to trim that back there. There we go. So I've got that there now. So the only other thing is this flips up. So for this one here, you've got a couple of options. You can use these magnets. So see if I can get these out. Now I just ordered these magnets on eBay. And these ones have got some sticker paper on the back. Now I think the idea with this is that you get a positive and a negative. So I'll get my craft knife for this and I'll take off the sticky paper on the back there. Okay, so if I stick that one down there, somewhat in the middle. Okay, and then what I do is I take the sticky paper off the back like so. And then place that magnet on there like that, and then I just simply fold over. And there you have it. So that's that one idea there. So I've got my framelits inside there, and of course the other option, if you don't have the magnets, I picked up these Velcro little stickers in an op shop as well, so you could use that as an option as well. So shall we do another one? Why not? So I've now got this small one. So when you download the template, that's what it will look like. And sorry, it has cut off a little bit at the bottom there, but I just couldn't spend any more time on it. I will get better at that sort of stuff. So I've got this one here. Now, I think I'll use that as my inside. So I'm going to just fold. So I've printed the small template onto my scrap little piece of paper. I've cut it out with my scissors, and now I'm just folding just on these little dotted lines here, which are the fold marks. You can use bone folder for this if you like. Okay, so now this particular envelope here, I'm going to store this lovely little typewriter die cut that I've got, which I absolutely love. So I'm just going to stick that there just so I know what's inside. Now, of course, you could just stick it on there, and if you don't have the acetate or the transparency film or whatever it is that you may have on hand, you could just leave it like that. But my only concern is over time that it's going to get caught and just start to lift away. So that's why I wanted to protect it a little bit. So I've got my pre-cut transparency film there. So I'm just going to stitch that. Okay, so that's cut out. So again, I'll just trim my threads down, and I'm going to fold in. Oh, that wasn't straight at all. Never mind. So I'm just going to run my glue like so, fold that up like that, and just press down. Now this one here, what I might do is use the Velcros just to show that option. So again, I just take my Velcros, and I never know which is the right way. So I'll just put that one there, and then, so I don't know if you meant to put that like grippy bit there down first. I guess it doesn't really matter. And then I will just put that over that like that. And then I'm going to fold this down and just press down. And there we have it. And that just keeps that shut. So I've got that one there. That really was a little bit wonky, but you could get some washi tape. There we go. Just because I think that is going to bother me to have a look at that. I've just neatened that off like that. There you go. Looks like it was meant to be. As I said, down below is in the description links, you will find the links to the PDFs that you can use to print off. So if you found this video of value, please like, subscribe and share this video. If you've got any comments, please put them down below and I'll answer them as best I can. So have a lovely day, guys, and I'll see you at the next video.